Teacher Dan here. I know it's dark. I want to take a minute though to talk about the present sort of trend, I think, in education where we're starting to blame teachers for behavior issues resulting from the instructional planning. So lesson planning apparently is the cause of behavior problems in the classroom. Now, that is something quite interesting to me because I've been a student for a lot of years. I went to, middle school. I went to high school. I went to college. I got 2 advanced degrees. And never once did I ever hear anyone say anything about the lesson design being the cause of behavior issues. But now, whenever students act out, it's blamed on teachers for not doing the right instructional planning. It's an entirely new animal for me. I'd never experienced that before. I'd never heard of that before. I am at a complete loss to respond to that, even in any meaningful way. It's always been the responsibility of a student to conduct themselves in an appropriate way in the classroom and to learn. Teacher's job has always been to teach. These are 2 different jobs. Teachers, have the content knowledge to present information and teach and produce lessons and so on. And the student was supposed to learn. Now we have an entirely different sort of landscape where teachers are being blamed for behavior issues on account of their lesson planning. I find this to be abhorrent, of course. As a teacher, I think it's pretty straightforward that you develop a lesson plan and you present it, you give assignments and all that, and students are supposed to do it and they're supposed to learn, and to blame teachers for students acting out, I think is something really strange and not normal. I am concerned about this trend in the way that we're viewing, how schools operate, and it's not all right that teachers being blamed for students misbehaving in class because somehow their lesson plans are inadequate. Teaching is being done. When I was in school, I had a lot of different kind of teachers. They taught a lot of different ways, and students, did their work mostly. We had a few who didn't want to do it, but there's always a few, right? But now it's become a universal kind of idea that if students are off task or if students are not behaving properly, that it's the teacher's fault because of lesson planning. And I think that's very, very strange. And I don't think it's acceptable. I think that students are responsible for their own behavior, and treating students who are 13, 14 years old as if they're little kids who can't control their own behavior. I think that's bizarre. It doesn't make any sense, uh, and they can control their own behavior if they choose. They can do it, but we live in a culture where they're not expected to do it. They're not expected to manage their own behavior or interact in a pro-social way with other human beings when they're at school. They are permitted, to do whatever they feel like doing, and that undermines the efforts and authority of their teachers. And teachers are showing up to work every day just doing their job. I mean, they're just showing up trying to teach. And when you have students who won't cooperate with that at all, even in the most minimal ways, well, that creates issues. So this is something to chew on from Teacher Dan. If you're a teacher out there, consider what that all kind of means for you. If you're a young teacher, I would say at this point, get yourself out of this job before it's too late. I mean, it's a meat grinder. I mean, this job is just gnarly, and you don't want to be a part of it unless you are, unless you want to play the game. You want to play the game and work your way up in the administration and all that. All right, you can do that. I don't recommend it. I think you'd be better off finding yourself a job somewhere else and just moving along with your life. No job is really good. Every job is going to be, a drag. But if you're a young teacher, a beginning teacher, I would say get out immediately. Get out as soon as you possibly can.